Following is a class on the Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, fifth chapter, text number 11, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded in June of 1969 at the New Vrindaban Farm Community.
Tadvada visarga janadaga viplava jasmin pratishlokamavartavattapi namani anantasya jasankitani yat sinnanti kayanti vinanti sadha. The other day we discussed about literature which is very nicely composed from literary point of view or poetic or rhetoric, very nicely, but if there is no description of the absolute truth or the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that sort of literature is enjoyed by a class of men who are compared with the crows that we have discussed. It is simply wasting time, valuable time of the human life, to divert our attention to such ordinary literature. They are called Grammakatha. In Sanskrit language it is called Grammakatha. Grammakatha means any book, any poetry or any novel or any drama, there is some hero and heroine, a man or woman, about their loving affairs, tragedy, comic, like that. Actually, it is Brahmakatha, the same thing as we are experiencing daily. Aharanidavayamaitham, is eating, sleeping, making, that's all. What is the value of such literature? What do you gain by that? No, simply mental agitation. And if it is sex literature, then it is very appealing. So, that means it is something like Havisha Kritnava, just like if you offer fuel on the fire is gone and it will consume as much as you gone giving fuel. But there is no shanti. The fire will never be extinguished. So actually what we want, what is the mission of our life, what is the aim of our life? We are hankering after shanti or peace. So that sort of literature will not give us any peace. It will simply agitate the mind. Therefore, those who are Paramhamsas, those who have understood the essence of this cosmic manifestation, they are not interested in such literature. On the other hand, it is said that Tadvada visarga janataga viplava. Vinapi patachadujya bhagavad jasa pradhananga vacham. Siddha Swami gives now. Then there may not be any poetic, metaphorical or analogical, ornamental language, but Vinapi padachaturyam. Padachaturyam, pada means composition. In every language there are rules and regulations for composing poetry or prose, grammatical, rhetorical. So even such knowledge, even without such knowledge, padachaturyam, bhagavad jasa pradhana, just like we chant Hare Krishna. So, we are not training our students anyway about musical science, that we have to chant in this way or that way, we have to dance in this way or that way. Without any musical knowledge, without any poetic understanding, even a child can take part in it and he becomes immediately absorbed in ecstasy. Why? This is because we are chanting the glories of the Lord. So it does not require any artificial musical knowledge or dancing knowledge. Out of your own ecstasy, you dance, you chant. You don't require to study. You require our playing of mridanga. Nobody has gone to an expert mridanga player to learn. Whatever I play, I sing, I never studied under some expert teacher. But by practice, chanting, it may be melodious, it may be very nice or not, that doesn't matter. We are not concerned about that, whether it is appealing to the people or not. It will appeal. There is no doubt about it. But we don't require to divert our attention on this thing. Simply because there is glorification of the Lord, it will be palatable. Just like Parikshit Maharaj said, Bhavaushadhi chotra mano virama ka uttam sloka gunanuvadat virajyate vina pasuta. Parikshit Maharaj, when he was hearing about Bhagavad from Sukadeva Goswami, he expressed his experience. Oh, what is that? This chanting or understanding of the pastimes of Krishna, Uttama Sloka Gunanuvad. Whatever we are reading in the Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam, or we are chanting, the subject matter is glorifying the Lord, who is called Uttama Sloka. Uttama Sloka. Sloka means verse. And Uttama means transcendental or very nice. So whenever we offer some prayer, read some literature, Bhagavad, the verses are composed in very nice words and systematically. In Srimad Bhagavatam, you will find every sloka the topmost literary composition. Topmost. Full of meaning, full of philosophy. In every line you will find. So, Parikshit Maharaj said that this transcendental vibration, Uttama Sloka Gunanubad, Gunanubad means glorifying the transcendental quality. When we say that Krishna or God is Nirgun, Nirgun means quality. So when we say, that is explained in Bhagavad Gita, Nirguna Guna Bhaktischa. He is Nirguna, but he is also enjoyer of qualities. What does it mean? That Krishna is not within the material qualities of goodness, passion or ignorance. All his qualities are transcendent, non-different from him. Therefore, his glorification of the transcendental qualities can be chanted who are already in the transcendental platform. Others cannot. Therefore, Parikshit Maharaj says, Nirvitta Tarsai. Nirvitta means already finished, completely finished. What is that? Finished? Krishna. Krishna means hankering. One who has finished his material hankering, they can chant this transcendental glorification of the Lord. Others can. Just like in our Sankirtan movement, you are taking so much ecstasy, pleasure. The others will say, what these people are doing? Crazy fellow, they are dancing, beating some drums. They feel like that. Because they are hankering for material enjoyment is not finished. Actually, this transcendental name of Krishna, or God, can be chanted in liberated state. Therefore we prescribe while chanting, there are 3 stages. The offensive stage, liberated stage, and actually on the platform of love of Godhead stage. That is the perfectional stage by chanting. In the beginning, we chant an offensive stage, the 10 kinds of offenses. But that does not mean that we shall not chant. Even there are offenses, we shall go on chanting. The chanting will help me to get out of all offenses. Of course, we must take care that we may not commit offenses. Therefore, the list of 10 kinds of offenses are given. We should try to avoid. And as soon as it is offenseless chanting, then it is liberated state. That is liberated state. And after liberated state, the chanting will be so pleasing, because that is on the transcendental platform, that actual love of Krishna and God will be realized. But the same thing, the chanting, in the offensive stage the chanting, and the liberated stage is chanting, but in the mature stage, just like Rupa Goswami, he used to say that, what shall I chant with one tongue, and what shall I hear with 2 ears? 8 millions of ears I had, 8 millions of tongue I had, then I could chant and hear. Because they are in liberated stage. But we should not be dejected for that purpose. We should continue with perseverance. So Saad Vaijya, Saad means with enthusiasm. And Dhojya, Vaijya means perseverance, patience. It's Nishchar. Nishchar means with firm determination. Yes, I have begun chanting. Maybe there are offences, but if I continue, Krishna will be pleased to place me on the transcendental platform when I shall relish. What is this chanting, Hare Krishna? Just like Vishwanath Chakravarti has given that the mango in the right state and unripe state. Unripe state, it is bitter, but the same mango, when it is fully ripe, it is sweet. It is sweet. We shall have to wait for the stage, and we shall have to be careful that we may not commit offences. Then we shall come. Just like a diseased patient. If he follows the regulations given by the physician and takes the medicine, then surely he will be cured. Therefore Parikshit Maharaj said that the chanting is for the persons who are liberated. Actually, chanting can be perfectly done by persons who are already liberated. But those who are not liberated, then he says, bhavausadhi. But it is the medicine of this material entanglement for becoming liberated. That is also, it is also medicine. When we are liberated, we will chant and relish what is actually love of God. That is liberated. But even if we are not liberated, this will act as medicine to become liberated. So any stage, Nidvitta Bhavausadhi, those who are chanting, they will be liberated. And another thing is, for the common man who are not serious, Chotramuno Virama, they will hear and they will enjoy. Oh, it's very nice. Just like Jagai Madhai. Jagai Madhai, they are rogues. Rogues, and Nityananda Prabhu delivered them. But when they were rogues, the Vaishnavas were chanting Hare Krishna, and these two brothers, one of them was appreciating. These rascals chant very nicely. They are calling these rascals, but appreciate. So, we get some appreciation from the common man. They also give some contribution. And they call us, they invite us, because there is appreciation also. The three stages. Actually, chanting is possible in the liberated state. But even if we are not liberated state, it will act as medicine to bring us to the liberated platform. Nidvitta Tarsai Rupagiyamana Bhavausadhi Chotramane Virama. And for the common man, it is very pleasing also. Hare Krishna. They also sometimes imitate, sometimes join, because it is nice also. Just like sometimes on the street, some boy greet us, Hare Krishna. They have no interest, but still they are taking interest. It is so nice. You see? So, the three stages, liberated stages, and apprentice stages, and beginning stages. So, Parikshit Maharaj says there are three stages. Bhavausadhi Chotama. In three ways it is so nice, palatable. So, why one should be aloof from this chant? Uttama Sloka Gunano. Who can be aloof from this chanting or hearing about the activities, pastimes of the Uttama Sloka, Supreme Personality? Vina Pusugna. The only person who is Pusugna. Pusugna means animal killer. A person who is animal killer, he'll not be interested. The animal killer, you can analyze the meaning in two ways. Animal killer means not exactly those who are butchers or ordinary man who kills animal and eat. But in a person who does not take care of his self-realization, he is also animal killer. He is killing himself. He is also animal killer. Because this life is meant for self-realization, but he is not taking interest in self-realization, he is taking pleasure only, just like animals. So I am also an animal, I am killing myself. If I don't take interest in self-realization, and if I glide down again into the cycle of birth and death, then I am killing myself. Suicide. That is our willing, killing ourselves, willing. If I know that if I do this, I will be punished like this, and if I still do this, then I am killing myself. So the laws of nature is working. I am completely under the laws of nature. I may declare independence falsely. That doesn't matter. Nature's work will go on. And what is that? Nature's what? Devidhisha gunamai mamamaha. Nature is also Krishna's nature. This material nature is Krishna's nature. So, material nature is not bad itself. He is also engaged in service of Krishna. Just like the police force. Police force as the department of government is not bad. It is doing faithfully service to the government. It is bad to me because I am criminal. Otherwise, police force as it is, department is not bad. Do you think that government is maintaining a nonsense, bad department? No. It is serving the government, but it is bad for the criminal. Similarly, this Maya, the external energy, the Maya, it is bad for those who are godless, who are rascals. For them, Maya is. Otherwise, for devotees, there is no influence of Maya. Devidhisha gunamai mamamaya Dutta in the Bhagavad Gita you find the Maya is strong only. It is very difficult to surpass the laws of nature for whom who is not surrendered soul to Krishna. The Maya, Mami was a prapaddati Mayami Tankar. If you are not criminal, what business you have got with the police department? Nothing. Let the police department remain. You have nothing to do. Neither police department has any jurisdiction to come and disturb you. No. You live peacefully, lawfully, there is no criminal. If we do not become Krishna conscious, while you have got this opportunity, this human form of life, you can understand what is Krishna. And if we willfully do not take to this consciousness, then Maya will left. Therefore, just like a person knows that I am committing these sinful activities, I will be arrested by the police and maybe I will be hanged, I will have to give my life. He knows it, but he does it. That means willfully he is killing. He is making suicide. Similarly, if we know that so long we do not become Krishna conscious, the Maya will punish me in so many ways. In knowing if I do not take care that means I am committing suicide. So Chaitanya Parikshit Maharaj said, Nidvitta darsai upagiyamana bhavausadi chotamano vinama pauttama sloka gunanuvara, who will not take interest in the matter of understanding Krishna consciousness, belongs, except persons who are animal killer or committing suicide. Therefore, this verse says that even though there is no any poetic rhetorical arrangement or grammatical arrangement, nice words arrangement, if simply there is glorification of the Lord, Hare Krishna. So Hare Krishna, these 2 words or 16 words or 3 words, it will be appealed. It will appeal to the devotees, to the great souls. But if you organize a great political meeting, they will not do that. Just like in our country, we are seeing the Mahatma Gandhi was given the title Mahatma. You can give your any title, nobody objects. Just like in Bengali we say, Kana Cheler Nam Paddalochan. Paddalochan means a very beautiful lotus eye. But one mother has got a child who is born blind. Out of her love, she has given the name Paddalochan, lotus eye. Is it? So that she can give, because she loves the child, even if he is blind, that's her fame. My boy, my child is Paddalochan. Similarly, this Mahatma, this title you can give to any person you like, but it has a meaning, Mahatma. So, that meaning, Mahatma, is explained in the Bhagavad Gita. Mahatmanustumang prarthadai prakitimasthita. Mahatma means who is not under the material energy, but he is under the spiritual energy. And what is the symptom? That one is under the spiritual energy. That he has no other business except executing Krishna consciousness. That's all. That is the symptom. Mahatmanustamang prarthadai prakitimasthita bhajanti anannamanus. He has no other business except Krishna. That is Mahatma. That is explained in Bhagavad. So the people gave a title, this Gandhi, a politician. His business was how to get independence politically. He was given the title Mahatma. So, this Mahatma, when there was meeting, hundreds of thousands people gathered. But no, actually there are persons in India who are called sadhus, sadhu samaj, a great number, not I mean to say a small number. There are 3 million in India still. There is statistics. 3 million persons who are in the round order of sadhu, they are called sadhu. They do not come. So these 3 million Mahatmas, those who are engaged, they may be, some of them may be impersonally, some of them may be engaged, yogis, some of them are devotees. That doesn't matter. Because they are also engaged in understanding the absolute truth. The impersonalists, they are in the beginning stage, but they are not materialists. They are not materialists. They are trying to understand the absolute truth. They cannot accommodate the absolute truth. The Supreme can be a person. That is their less intelligence. But they are engaged in searching out Similarly, yogis, real yogis, not these fat-reducing yogis, I mean to say, real yogis, they are concerned with understanding the super soul, Paramatma, and devotees, they are engaged in serving the Supreme Personality of God. So, all of them are searching about this. Devotees, that means they are searching, they have found out the real truth. Ishvara Parama Krishna, the Supreme. So it is a question of degrees of spiritual understanding. So there are 3 million serious sadhus in India. None of them ever attended such Mahatma Gandhi's meeting, neither they invited Mahatma Gandhi. No. They never recognized. Because what they have got to do with this political affairs. Just like they know this is the business of the crows. The crows will take interest in such meeting. Puna puna charvita charvana. Puna puna charvita charvana. What these politicians will do? They simply make plans. That's all. Hitler will make one plan, Mussolini will make one plan, Churchill will make another plan, your Roosevelt will make another plan, Gandhi will make another. Simply plan-making business, they will never be able to bring any peace and prosperity in the world. That is not possible. Because it is under the grip of Maya. And they do not know. The peace and prosperity means surrender to Krishna. Then you become out of the classes of Maya. That secret they do not know. They are simply making plans, that's all. So plan making will always be frustrated. So simply agitation. It has no meaning. Therefore, those who are transcendental, they know this is crow's meeting. Here sometimes you have not seen crow's meeting, caw, 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 caw. They are passing resolution. You have seen crow's meeting? They have also meeting, crow's meeting. If you kill one cow, you will see thousands of crows, thousands of crows will come and hold their meeting. Oh, one crow is dead by the human being. And if the man is detected, this man has killed, these crows will hurt the head of that man. They will come in flocks. Yes, I've seen in India. Yes. They sometimes attack. So they have got also their own defensive measure. The crows meeting. So they are not interested. All these political affairs or so-called social affairs and resolutions, because they know this is not the method of becoming peaceful or prosperous. This is not the method. Without ring vinanamiting taranti, without God consciousness, nobody can be happy. Therefore, if we write something, if a devotee writes something about Krishna consciousness, God consciousness, here Srimad Bhagavad says that tad bhaga visarga janatagha viplava. Such kind of creative energy which is trying to put something for understanding Krishna consciousness, janatagha viplava. That brings a revolution to the people for killing the effect of sinful activity. Janata, agho. Janata means people in general. And agho means sins. That can be by such literature, spreading such literature, Krishna consciousness literature, there will be a revolution in the sinful activities of the people in general. Janataga Viplava. Vinapi pavitade bhagavad jasa pradhanangvata pavitra nityaha tadabhaga pavitra. It is so pure. It, what is called? Disinfectant. The whole world is infected with the Maya's influence. And this Krishna consciousness movement, Hare Krishna mantra, is disinfectant. It is sure. Disinfectant. Tadbhaga visvaga janataga vittava. Bhagavad jasa pradhana bhata pavitrameva tadbhaga. Tacha asu bhaga visvaga bhacha priyaga jananam samoha janata tasya abham viplavati. Nasat. Viplava means it kills. Because disinfectant. For example, we can give, now, how this Krishna consciousness movement is disinfectant, that those who are seriously taken to it, that immediately stop the sinful infections, the four principal regulative principles, illicit sex life, intoxication, gambling, and misdirected. How disinfectant. These four principles, impious sinful activities. All other sinful activities will come one after another, one after another. Stealing, then cheating, then so many other things will come if we follow these four principles. And if we stop these four principles, then the switch is off of committing further sinful activities. You must know that. It is, and how it can be maintained? By this disinfectant method, chanting, Hare Krishna. Otherwise it is not simply by theoretical knowledge you will not do. It is disinfectant, actually, janataga viplava. It stops further sinful activities of that person. And if we continue that, well, I have got a disinfectant method, chanting Hare Krishna, therefore I can go on committing these four principles of sin, I will be infected. Just like in the Christian church they go confess. That's all right, confessing is disinfectant. But how is that? You didn't do it. What is the meaning? You go to church, confess, that's very nice. Now your sinful activities is neutralized, that's all right. But why you are committing again? What is the answer? What will be the possible answer if I ask any Christian gentleman that you are committing sinful activities, all right, confessing in the church before Lord Jesus Christ, His representative or God, your sinful activities are all neutralized, excused, that's all. Right? Why you are committing again? What will be the answer?
They will confess again.
Huh?
They will confess again.
They will confess again. That means it has become a business. You see? That I commit, that is not the idea. The hour this offensive, you have noted, the offensively, that private, that namnat balat jasahi papa buddhi. Anyone who thinks like that because I have got this disinfectant method, so I shall commit sinful activities and I will chant Hare Krishna and it will be neutralized. So that is the greatest thing. So my manager has supplied morphia preparation to an unlicensed doctor. medical practice. And in India there are many so-called medical practitioners, they are compounders, and after, because there is scarcity of medical men, so there was one compounder, somehow or other he took supply of morphia preparation from my manager. But the license was in my name, I am the proprietor, so I was called by the magistrate. So he asked my explanation, why you have done this. So I gave my explanation that I am, of course, I am proprietor, the license is my name, but actually the business is done by my assistant manager. So they have done it. In future I shall be sick, there will be no such mistake. So I was excused. But that does not mean that I shall again do that and again ask excuse because I confess. That does not mean. I will never be excused. It is a common sense. So the persons who are trying to commit sinful activities on the strength of some spiritual activities, they are the greatest sinners. Lamnat balad dasahi papud. That is not allowed. You can utilize your sinful activities by some spiritual act, but that does not mean this is called hostisna. That is also explained. Hostisna. Hostisna means bathing of the elephant. The elephant goes into the reservoir of water, takes bath very nicely, and as soon as come on the land, again takes some dust and throws over the body. So, that sort of purification is not required. Once purified, don't commit again. So Harinam, Hare Krishna mantra has got power to purify, but that does not mean that we shall commit again and purify. That purpose is not this Hare Krishna mantra. It comes, you have got that list, you have now, some kinds of offenses. In that it is written there that you cannot commit offense on the strength of Hare Krishna mantra. Yes, that's it. So, Tadvaga Visabkat Janatag Viplava, Viplayati, it vanquishes, it nullifies, it neutralizes, that's a fact. And Nasayati just means Bhag Visabke Avadha Bhasara Badhuttapi Avasabdadi Yuktopi Pratislokam Anantasya Jasasa Ankitani Namani Bhavanti. So such kind of Hare Krishna mantra, or sometimes just like you are chanting, you are the mantras, because it is not your language, so sometimes it appears broken. Just like Guru, sometimes you say Guru. Guru means cow, and Guru means spiritual master. So, the difference of meaning is vast. Spiritual master is not a cow or a bull. But sometimes, because it is not your language, that doesn't matter. Because Bhavagrahi Janardana, Krishna is within you. He knows what he wants to chant. Therefore he takes the meaning of Guru and not Guru. Even it is spoken as Guru. That doesn't matter. Bhavagrahi Janardana. See, Krishna knows that what you are actually. Just like I know that although you are speaking Guru as Guru, I don't take offense because I know that your desire is something else. I do not protest. That you are addressing me Guru, I am not Guru. So that is not a fault. So similarly it is said that jasmin pratisloko avaddhavatya. If somebody does not know how to spell, how to say, but his idea is there, avaddhavatya, because he wants to chant the holy name of the Supreme Lord. Namani, Ananta, Ananta. Ananta means the unlimited. His name is being chanted. Namani Anantasya Dasankitani.